ChatGPT Deep Research, the plain version. Over the last 4 episodes, we've organized your workspace and specialized your prompts. Today, we look at the feature that actually does the work while you step away. You know the routine. A complex policy question lands on your desk, and an hour later, your browser looks like this. You have 20 tabs open, you are skimming PDFs, and you are manually copying isolated fragments into a blank document, trying to piece together a coherent answer. We are going to replace that exhausting process. We will look at 3 specific habits for delegating the work: the single ratio that measures your time saved, and the workflow shift that lets the machine take over the heavy lifting. The manual friction of assembling dozens of separate sources into a logical sequence creates a massive cognitive drain. Often, your mental energy is exhausted before the actual analysis even begins. Deep Research handles that assembly. It is an autonomous AI engine built on OpenAI's GPT 5.2 research model. You give it a prompt, and it spends anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes independently navigating web pages and reading documents to compile a structured brief. This flowchart maps exactly how it starts. Before the engine searches the web, it asks you a series of scoping questions to filter the assignment. It needs to know the type of report, the target audience, the desired format, and the tone. Once you answer, it builds a concrete plan. Then it executes. In one independent test analyzing educational equity, the system completed 135 separate searches and read 46 different sources in 7 minutes. It evaluated the credibility of each link and synthesized those findings into a finished document. This shifts the engine's role to an active, delegated researcher. It stays on task independently until it builds a complete, synthesized picture of the subject. Getting the best results requires a specific approach, starting with Habit 1. Write your prompt like a brief. Give the system the actual business decision you are trying to make, complete with scope and geography, rather than typing in a generic keyword. When the AI replies with its scoping questionnaire, answer every single point. Tell it exactly who the report is for and whether you need data tables. That short 2-minute exchange dictates the exact quality and structure of the final output. Keep the initial run constrained to one tight, focused question. A narrow request produces a highly consistent report, and you can always use follow-up prompts within the exact same thread to expand on the nuances later. Habit 2 is stepping away. Once you confirm the plan, close the window and return to your daily work. The architecture is designed to run in the background, and it will notify you the moment the brief is complete. You can check your available monthly runs by looking at the in-product counter under your account plan. Deploy those runs deliberately. Point them directly at the complex, layered questions that will earn you the most time back. Success here requires a managerial mindset. You are providing a high-level brief and delegating the heavy lifting to a specialized system. Habit 3 is where you take back control. Read the citations. The final output arrives as a structured brief with inline links tied directly to the original source documents, white papers, and government pages. Your mandatory professional step is to click the 3 specific links that carry the most weight for your decision. Read the original pages to verify the context and accuracy of the data. Once you verify those core facts, you can command the AI to refine the document right there in the thread. You might ask it to swap out news articles for academic papers, or append a section comparing the findings to a competitor. That manual verification takes 2 minutes, and it is the dividing line. Checking the citations converts an AI-generated summary into a highly reliable brief that you can forward to your team with your name on it. All of this distills down to one metric: 20 to 1. You are collapsing 20 open browser tabs down to a single, well-scoped prompt. A layered policy question that typically consumes an entire workday of manual reading is now handled in about 25 minutes. Quick comparisons take as little as 7 minutes. The feature scales depending on your account tier. It is available on free and plus plans, while pro users get access to the system at full scale with 250 runs a month. Compressing a full day of data gathering into a 20-minute background process gives you a distinct advantage. It allows you to reallocate your mental energy from tedious collection to high-level strategic action. Across this series, we have used projects for files and Canvas for drafting. Deep Research represents the first tool in the ecosystem that steps away and works autonomously on your behalf. And soon, that capability expands. You will be able to point this autonomous research engine inward, using connectors to scan your own private company ecosystem, your Drive, your Outlook, your internal documents, alongside the web. The goal is simple: offload the gathering of facts so you can focus your energy on the judgment of those facts. Plain Bureau explains AI tools in plain English. No jargon, no hype. Next time, we cover connectors and how they integrate your internal data. Eliminating the tab ritual is a workflow upgrade that increases both the speed and the accuracy of your professional decisions.